Well, a very good evening, everybody, and welcome to Delta T Racing. Thursday night, this is Division 6 coming from Saudi Arabia. So it's the final races of the week in Formula 1. D6 is round number 3. Obviously formed later in the season because of new drivers coming in. So a lot of these are sort of either awaiting placement or are just there to improve, get some more race time in. So I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun tonight. Looking at the previous races that we've had this week, they have been very, very good. Very interesting races, some good fun. Tactics have come into play as much as anything else. But also safety cars can turn it around quite quickly here. So there we go. Straight away we have Finn has hit the back of the car in front of him. So we've got first accident, hasn't even exited the pit lane. Need to give each other space on this on the street circuit. It's one thing you learn after a while is there's no need to be quite so close to the car in front, certainly on an outlap. Behind the safety car, so give them space and you won't have these incidents or 5-second penalties or heavier if the stewards decide to come down on you. So anyway, we will jump on board with who's going to be the first. Is it double 79 is going to be the first to set a time. So obviously on his outlap at the moment, but he will be the lead car, so we'll set the benchmark for everybody else. So whilst we're waiting for this, just having a quick look at the early table. So after 2 completed rounds, we have Jens Hoffer leading the championship in the Aston Martin with 33 points ahead of Alexander in the Mercedes on 26 points. We then have Dopey Man on 25, Infamous on 18, Hayward on 15, ASC on 12, Hammer on 12 as well. Then we have Charlie on 11, Relay Luca on 10, and rounding out the top 10 is BV Bowdy with 8 points. So obviously 2 rounds gone. We've got, I think it's 4 rounds left after today. Yeah, 4 rounds left, so they'll have a 6 or a 7 round championship basically. So obviously points very vitally important. Okay, so on board with double, he hasn't invalidated, so it looks like he's going to get a timing, but he is clipping the barriers there. It looks like he might be on a controller, and it's certainly a track where if you've got a will, you will reap the benefits. So who's going to be first across the line? It's not Jalapeno, it will be ASC. No, it's not. Oh, have I completely lost people? It is Jalapeno on the outlet. I'll catch someone in a minute. Hammer. And Benjus actually crosses the line there, puts in the fastest lap. So obviously the marker for everybody else at a 129.732, which is immediately beaten by Hammer with a 129.6. Apologies for the silence, just had some sneezes there. So Grabari now comes in with provisional pole position, 129.511. So that's a good benchmark for him there. We're then going to run down who's next across the line. Is it Funky? Yep. Funky crosses the line and goes into fourth with a 130.192. And just behind him we have ACS finishing what looks like a second lap. Wasn't any improvement there. Relay Luca putting in a 28.9 and Charlie just behind 29.237, so cracking laps by them there. So Relay Luca with a benchmark of a 28.9. who do we have coming across the line next? If I can find him, it's Jens Hoffer. Must have invalidated because he hasn't set a time there. So next across the line we are going to have one of the Alpines, if I can find him, or maybe it's not an Alpine, too many blues here. Doubly, sorry, I'm struggling with the blues here. So double goes into 8th with a 132.304. We then Mercedes has pitted. Infamous. I think he's just starting his fast lap. I don't think he invalidated that, but I didn't actually get to see. Next across the line, it looks like Funky. I don't know if he's going to drop into the pits or whether he's going to put a second lap in. He does go for a second lap and slightly slower. Very consistent though. Okay, next across the line, if he's on a second lap, will be Charlie. Currently third with a 129.237, but he does pit. And Jalapeno crosses the line. I think to start. Yeah. Just start a fresh lap there. Okay, looks like they're going out for a couple of runs on the tyres, just getting some familiarisation. Not a bad thing to do at all. The double is inside his time. 31.858 moves him to 9th position. So a steady improvement there by double. We'll see how he gets on as the race continues. So BB Beldy there getting out the way. Finn just about to go on to his fast lap. So currently, after the first runs, we got Relay Luca on provisional pole with a 28.9, a very good lap by him, only driver into the 28 so far. We then have Hammers UK just behind on the 29.091, very, very close. We then have Charlie in third place, 29.237, Jens in fourth, Grobari fifth, sixth Infamous, seventh Benjius, eighth Funky, ninth ASC, and in 10th is Double. I think a lot of the drivers are going to be coming in now to put a fresh set of tyres on, but some are still going for runs. BB Baldi now going on to his hot lap. Let's see what time he can do. He's improved an awful lot, BB Baldi, since he's joined the league. And hopefully he'll improve a bit more today. It'd be good to see if he can get some points. So, Double now coming into the pits. So obviously finished with his first runs there. He's going to follow Alexander. Quick driver Alexander over one lap. Let's see what time he can put on the board, and he goes up to second with a 128.996, so just behind Relay Luca. But again, a cracking lap by Alexander. As I say, he's very, very quick over one lap, but just has a little bit of a problem holding it together over a race distance for one reason or another. He will do it one day, and when he does, he's going to be right up there. So we have Grobari on his out lap at the moment, so he'll be going on to a hot lap and try and improve on his 6th position at the moment. Benjius is out. Not sure, looks like a retirement in the pit. So I think he's happy with his day's work and decided to sit back in the pits and watch the rest of qualifying. Who do we have out? So BV Baldi invalidated, but put a 133.3, so he would put in the slowest of those that have set times at the moment. Dark Norbert there going on, hasn't set a time yet. So we've got 3 that haven't set a time yet. Dark Norbert, Jalapeno Pepper and BV Baldi in 16th. So next across the line, I think it's going to be Hammer. Is Hammer going to improve on his time? He doesn't, but Alexander putting it on pole position there with a 1:28.742. So 10th and a half quicker than Relay Luca, but Relay Luca is on an out lap now. Still 7.5 minutes left of qualifying, so anything can happen so far. Okay, so next across the line we're going to be looking at one of the Mercedes, going to be Grobari, who improves to a 1:29.2, but he doesn't improve his position from 6th place. So Jalapeno is now starting his fast lap. Jens is onto his fast lap, so we'll be Relay behind. So we'll keep an eye on them, see what time they're going to do. BV Baldi looks like he's going to set a time here, 1:31.240, up into 11th place. So it's a good improvement of over 2 seconds and a valid lap there. Okay, so next across the line is going to be Charlie, who takes provisional pole 28.468, so he takes a further 3-second chunk out of Alexander there. The times are really starting to tumble now. It does take a while for it to rubber in at Jeddah. It's very much, it takes a good 10 minutes or so for it to rubber in, but then the grip's there. So you need to be out on track just at the right time. Okay, so who are we going to have next? Goes into doubles onto a lap but doesn't improve. We then have, I think it's Jalapeno, who will set a lap time here. He puts a 1:30.8, 12th position for Jalapeno, so at least he gets a time on the board now. So just behind, I think that was Jens Hoffer, who's 28.6, so he's up into 2nd as well. And now we have Relay Luca. I think it's going to cross a line. What time is he going to put in? I don't think he improved on his time. Wasn't an invalidation, but so just winding himself up for this last run. But you really are looking at now putting that lap or coming in, getting your tyres changed and getting out. Otherwise you're not going to be out there right at the end. So Hammer's improve on his time. He doesn't. The Relay Luca currently in 4th. As they sat provisional pole for quite a while, was certainly the time to beat. Double's just going to come across the line. Does he improve? He does, by nearly a second on his time. He's still 13th position, but a cracking lap by him there. Jalapeno's going to come in the pits, so he will be going for one last run. So is Jens on a lap, or is he going to come into the pits as well? He does come into the pits, so next across the line is going to be Relay Luca. He could well get another lap in after this. The tyres will go. Relay to do a 28.6, so puts himself up into 2nd place. But I think that might be the end of his run, because he's backed off. He's certainly not going to make it round in time to go out for another run. So that looks like that is going to be Relay's time, 1:28.6. So currently 2nd. I think he might drop a couple of places as it goes on. Obviously with the track getting quicker, people going for their last runs. Hammer's there, up into 4th place, 28.716. So next across the line, we are looking at Dark Norbert, who is aborting that one. So it doesn't look like that went his way. Who do we have next? Not Jalapeno, it is ASC. Okay, doesn't improve, but is on to one more lap. 2 minutes 44 seconds of the session left. So we really are getting down to the business end now. Double, is he going to come into the pits? 2:32. He's cutting it fine, but he should get out if he's quick and could get one more run in. Relay Luca coming round. 2 minutes 15 left. It'll be interesting to see whether he will have time to come out. I don't think he will. I think it's going to take him longer than 30 seconds to stop it. Wheel him in, wheel him out. So I think that is Ray Luca's work done for today. We then have one of the Alpines crossing the line, and Funky doesn't improve on his time or his position, but 1 minute 50 left. He's still got one lap that he can go for. Finn just behind, 131.330, doesn't seem to be improving on that at the moment, but loses the back end there. I can't, certainly not going to help him on this lap, and he's backed off now. So it looks like Finn's not going to start any higher than 15th. Okay, so who do we have in this train? Jalapeno. Alexander takes provisional pole position back again with a 128.3, lowering the benchmark even further. I think we could be looking... So 28.2 would be pole position. Not quite sure who. As I say, it's I'm new to commentating Division 6. Oh, what happened there? So it looks like Charlie and Jalapeno had a collision there. I caught it just as I was changing the camera. Oh my goodness. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. I'm sure we will find out in due course. Okay, so Funky crosses line 29.9 up into 9th place. A good lap by him. We have Finn is going to be next. He aborts into the pit, so will not be finishing any higher than that 15th place. Dark Norbert will be next. Currently, is he going to cross the line in time? He does. He's timed that pretty much to perfection, so he will be the last person to set a time. Next, Alexander, I don't know, he's backed off completely, 5 seconds down, so he's done his work for the day. So currently sitting in provisional pole position. ASC has backed off. Relay Luca is going to cross the line with a 128.605. Puts him up into 3rd place at the 2nd row of the grid. Charlie will come into the pits. So he looks like he had some kind of contact with Jalapeno, but it was, I say, it was at the corner of my eye, and I didn't see who was at fault or what actually happened. But needless to say, Charlie's qualified 2nd, but I believe he's got a 5-second grid penalty, which is really going to hurt him. So down into 7th place for him. So Funky there doesn't improve on his time, so the only car that is out is Dark Norbert, who is quicker than his time currently. But it looks like Alexander is going to take pole position for D6, 128.375, a great lap by him. So yeah, good qualifying session there. We saw the benchmark lowered more and more. So here we go, Alexander with pole position. In 2nd, Charlie. 3rd, Relay Luca. 4th, Jens Hoffer. 5th, Hammers UK. 6th, Infamous. 7th, Grabari. 8th, Benjius. 9, Funky Z. 10th, BV Baldi. 11th ASC, 12th Dark Norbert, 13th Jalapeno Pepper, 14th Double, 15th is Finn, 16th is Bellamy. But as I say, I believe Charlie has got a 5 grid penalty. So has Jalapeno Pepper. So Jalapeno Pepper is going to be 18th. No, well, he's going to be last, isn't he? And Charlie's going to start down in 7th position. So very unlucky for him.
Greetings and welcome to Jeddah for what promises to be a sensational slice of world-class motorsport. We're off to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today.
Well, welcome back. The drivers have set their strategies. Countdown's begun and we will soon be starting the formation lap. So having a look at the chat, Milgod, sorry, good to see you. Apparently Bellamy's been putting in hours of practice this week. So we'll see, well, 15th in qualifying, so not great for him, but I say it's a very long race. I mean, I started myself in 19th position yesterday and came through to 2nd place. So it is, it's more than possible. So we'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully he will do that for you. But running through the grid, we have Alexander, who has taken pole position. In 2nd, Relay Luca. 3rd is Jens Hoffer in the Aston. 4th, Hammers UK in the Red Bull. 6th is Infamous in the Haas. 5th Infamous in the Haas. 6th, we have Grobari in the 2nd Mercedes. Charlie down into 7th place. I say qualified in 2nd, but unfortunately hit with that 5th place grid penalty. Benjius in the 2nd Red Bull in 8th place. Then we have the 1st Alpine of Funky, followed by BV Baldi in the 2nd Aston Martin. ASC is the lead AlphaTauri. Dark Norbert then coming through in the 2nd Alpine. Double in the lead Williams, with Finn in the 2nd McLaren just behind him. Then we have Bellamy in the Williams and Jalapeno in the AlphaTauri, with that 5 place grid penalty dropping him to the back. So I would expect to see him work his way through. Jalapeno slowing down. Yeah, I think he's just getting his yeah, just going for one last burnout before the start. So right, let's get the map up ready. So we'll see if Alexander can get the jump. And Milgod's actually commented that he thinks the start's going to be carnage. Let's hope not, but it's yeah, it's more than possible on this first corner, and the 2nd corner, and the 3rd corner. But fingers crossed, we'll have a nice clean start. Okay, if I can get a decent camera angle, would be nice. Anytime today. Nope, we're going to start from here. We go. Finally have a decent camera. So we are 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go for round 3 of the Division 6 DTR Championship. A good getaway there by Alexander. Relay didn't get such a good start, and we have a little bit of a yeah, a bit of a scattering at the back there. There's nothing. Oh, the 2 Mercedes. The Mercedes and the Aston Martin there making contact. I don't think anybody's out, so we keep racing. Yep, I can't see any damage on anybody either, so looks like it wasn't a bad first corner. Bellamy already up to 12th. We've got some Bellamy fans in the chat. Good evening to you, Andy. Thank you for joining us. Bellamy already up to 12th position, so up 3 places. At the front, Alexander just in control. Jens Hoffer has moved himself up into 2nd place. Relay Luca not having the best start. So, I think he dropped 2 places, but has made one back up into 3rd place. Then Benjius in 4th place, and they seem to be making a bit of a break away from 5th place Hammer. The rest of the field seems quite bunched up at the moment. What we'll do is let's jump on board with Bellamy, as we've got some Bellamy fans. We'll see how he's getting on. So Charlie behind looks like he's having connection problems. Alexander there putting in the fastest lap, which would be expected as he is leading the race. But he's going to start getting interested soon, especially after this lap when DRS gets activated. The start-finish line is a good place to overtake. And Finn up the inside there. There's a little bit of wheel banging. It's actually Charlie behind, who's had a dreadful start down into 13th. I think I'm not sure if he's disconnected or is having issues, but he's qualified 2nd, dropped down to 7th because of a 5th place grid penalty, and he really does seem to be struggling. I cannot see if he has any damage. I wonder if his wheel disconnected. It did look almost as if his wheel disconnected, so but he looks like he's back in the game now, so we'll see what Charlie can do. But Bellamy into 14th, so he's dropped a couple of places as well. We have BB Baldi and Jalapeno are battling. Charlie's connection really does look not brilliant, to be fair. It's jumping about all over the place, so that's something that will need to be resolved for next week's race. Do need to have a decent connection. It's just it's impossible to overtake a car that's teleporting all over the place in front of you. You end up taking a gamble and you take you both off. So if you're on Wi-Fi, please try a network cable, but do what you can to improve that for next week. So BB Baldi and Bellamy both into the pits. I'm not sure if that's damage based, we will see. Yeah, there's a new nose cone there for BB Baldi. I expect there's probably going to be one sitting there waiting for Bellamy as well, which there is. So let's jump back to the front. So Alexander and Jens Hoffer in the Aston have made a bit of a break for it. Now over 2 seconds clear of Relay in the Ferrari. So we've got a real battle going on here between 2 teammates. So Benjius and Hammers UK, they're certainly no team orders at the moment. I think Christian Horner will be, his foot will be going all over the place, I would have thought at the moment, jiggling up and down, but bit of a mistake there by Hammers, drops himself back into the clutches of Infamous. With DRS now enabled. Oh, a bit wide there by Hammers. Not sure if he clipped the wall. He's not making a pit stop, so I don't think he got any damage there. Benjius overtaking Relay Luca. I think Relay Luca's struggling a bit at the moment. I'm not sure if he has some invisible damage. Doesn't always show on the car that you've got wing damage. Hopefully that's something that will get sorted out in next year's game, but it's that's of minor importance compared to some of the other issues that it has. Hammer's picking up his first penalty there on lap 4. That's not good, but it's quite easy to pick up penalties around here. Finn now picking up a 3-second time penalty as well. So about Jalapeno into the pits. So again, looks like he's had some damage. So not a great start by Jalapeno, but he has some pace on him, so we'll keep an eye to see how he closes up. But for the Bellamy fans, how is he doing? Still down in 14th place at the moment, second and a half behind his teammate. So Ben just now seems set in third place. And Relay Luca, I think, is going to come under pressure from Hammers behind if he can get himself a good exit. But Hammers as well behind him is G-Infamous. But I think Hammers might go for the move here. He's looking. He just ran out of road. Ben just in front, struggling, and Relay Luca is past, and Hammers is past us. Oh! That need to brake. It's a corner. You need to brake. You can't use a car as a brake. Okay, I think there'll possibly be something said about that. Charlie is out of the race, so not gone well for Charlie since qualifying, and we have a safety car. Lap 5 is the first safety car, and there it is coming out of the pits. Dark Norbert will actually overtake it there, but yeah, just on the right, Charlie. Wonder if he got on the throttle a bit too early coming out of corner 2, or potentially he might have had real problems again. But this is going to bunch the field right up again. So Alexander on the softs. So it looks like he's about to lap BB Baldi in front of him. Be good if BB Baldi can stay in front of him, then it'll allow him to close right up under the safety car, so he won't be lapped. It's the worst thing under the safety car when you are a lapped car and you're in the way. But then you can always ask the cars that are in between to overtake. Controversy there. No. So Alexander coming into the pits is going to put a set of mediums on for the last 19 laps of the race. Should be able to take those to the end. Where is he going to rejoin? What I'm going to do, sorry, apologies, I haven't put up the changed it to the tyres so we can see what compounds everybody is on. G-Infamous going for the hard tyres, so it'll be a bit slower to start with, but he will have more grip towards the end. But obviously the ideal strategy here is the soft to medium or medium to soft. Medium to soft, you are very, very quick at the end. But catching is one thing, overtaking is completely different. So Bellamy down in 14th for you Bellamy fans. Looks like he stopped, so he's gone on to another set of softs. Well, he might have been on mediums before, I'm not 100% sure. But a set of softs, so he's going to be looking at stopping again during the race. Certainly won't be able to take a set of softs for 19 laps. Okay, quick run through behind the safety car. We have Benjus in the Red Bull leading from Finn in the McLaren. Neither of those have stopped. They're on 5 lap old softs, but behind them Alexander has stopped, was the race leader, now only in 3rd place. Fresh tyres to the end, really strong position. So Benjus and Finn really should have pitted. There we have a collision behind the safety car, which it just shouldn't happen, gents. Leave yourself space. The only time you close up is when it is at the end, when the safety car is coming in. So Charlie in the chat saying not his lucky week. No, Charlie, feel for you. Obviously didn't quite catch what happened in qualifying, but saw the aftermath of the collision with Jalapeno that dropped you 5 places. And then it did look like perhaps your wheel disconnected or something, but you were struggling. But never mind, my friend. You come back next week a lot stronger. Certainly got pace on you, and you look good when you were on track. So keep your chin up on that one. So Finn is now coming in to do his stop. Obviously a 5-second stop-go penalty as well, and a front nose cone, but under the safety car he's going to be able to close back up again. Okay, so Benjus still leading on 6-lap-old soft, so we'll have to make that pit stop. So Alexander is our de facto race leader, fresh mediums. Just behind him, Jens Hoffer. So this could be a good race. I can't see Jens is going to let Alexander get away, and if the first stint's anything to go by, we could have some good racing. Looking at D4 last night, it was a fantastic racing between DTRNs, who was the eventual race winner, and no joke, no problem. They were lap after lap after lap down the start-finish line. They were drafting, overtaking, exchanging positions, and it was so clean. It was really good to watch. So we could see something again like that tonight with Alexander and Jens. So don't count out Infamous either. He's a bit of a veteran with sim racing. He's been around for a while, so he's a shrewd character. Can make a good decision on strategy, so the hards might work for him. I think with the amount we've been behind the safety car, mediums would probably have been the best option. And then behind him we've got ASC in 5th place, 6th Grevari, 7th Relay Luca, 8th Dark Norbert, 9th Hammers UK, 10th Jalapeno Pepper, and 11th Finn, 12th Double, 13th Funky, 14th is Bellamy. Come on Bellamy, you're being cheered on by your friends, so come on, let's get yourself up there. Obviously with the soft you should be quicker than people in front of you. So we are now, safety car I think coming in this lap. It is indeed. So we are on. Benjus is now the. Oh, Benjus, why? Oh, well, that's just completely ridiculous. And gets a 5-second speed in penalty. So yeah, I don't get why you would do that. You never mind. Next time, pit under the safety car. You will not lose 30 seconds. So Alexander taking the lead on the mediums, 1 lap old, so he will be taking us to the end. I can't see anybody else needing to stop other than Jalapeno. Bellamy is out. What happened to Bellamy? Oh dear. Front right wing gone. So Bellamy fans, sorry, that is the end of your night for him. It looks like he's ripped off the front right wheel of the Williams coming out of turn 2, so potentially into turn 3. So I think he's may have been contact, or it may have just been a bit premature on the throttle, but unlucky there for Bellamy. So all that practice hasn't come to fruition this week, but don't give up. Do love this camera shot. He's following Alexander now. I say him and Jens have already broken 1.4 seconds clear of ASC, who did jump Infamous. I think Infamous just struggling just to get some heat into those mediums. Actually coming a bit under pressure from Relay Luca, but I say no DRS till for a couple of laps after the safety car. And just behind Jalapeno and Dark Norbert. Okay, so Finn and Hammers UK into the pits. So halfway through lap 9 now. So first safety car, we've got 2 cars already out. So Bellamy and Charlie, but we also still have 14 runners, and it is very close at the front. These two are definitely pulling away, but nearly a 2.5 second gap now. 2.5 second gap on ASC. So Jens is closing in on the back of Alexander now. I don't think DRS is active yet, so it's all going to be under ERS if he's going to go for the overtake. Alexander setting the fastest lap of the race. But I don't think there was much in it. So Dark Norbert now comes into the pits. I say it must be damaged because you wouldn't pit this close after the safety car, especially on fresh tyres. So I can only assume they've clipped a wall or had a bit of an incident with another car. Anyway, jumping back to this battle at the front, still half a second. So if Jens stays there, he will be within DRS. And could look to go for a move down into turn 1. Jens has just picked up a 3-second time penalty there. So that's going to hurt Jens because he's going to have to get past and pull out that 3-second gap. But he's staying within DRS. DRS is open down the back straight, so brings himself up to within 4/10. If he can get a good exit here, DRS and ERS are very powerful. He could well make a move into turn 1. We could have a change in lead here, but Alexander got a really good exit there. Another fastest lap by Alexander, 31.466. These two now with nearly a 6-second gap over ASC. Who himself has just been overtaken by Infamous and then gets it back, and Relay Luca is looking for a move up the inside. I wouldn't do it there, my friend. That's just going to end badly. So Infamous up into 4th place. Jalapeno is out. What happened to Jalapeno? Where is Jalapeno? Out there. Out. Okay. We have another safety car. Not quite sure what happened to Jalapeno there. How he ended up out there. Can only think there must have been contact, but nevertheless, Jalapeno is out of the race, so he joins Bellamy and Charlie. I also miss Jens taking the lead from Alexander. But yeah, Jens up into the lead. It's obviously a safety car now, so it's going to neutralise the race. Apologies, just found out that my microphone's not been working for a while. So an update on the race at the moment. We have Jens Hopper in the lead in the Aston Martin, 1.6 seconds clear of Alexander. G Infamous in third, Grabari in fourth, Relay Luca working his way back up into fifth place, who we are on board with at the moment, but Dart Norbert just behind in the Alpine, not letting him have it all his own way, keeping with him. We then have Funky in seventh, Hammers UK currently in eighth, setting the fastest laps on the new soft tyres. BV Bowdy in 9th, ASC in 10th, 11th is Double, 12th is Finn. So back to the front, down to less, well, round about the second mark. So Alexander is now chipping away. Bit at a time. Funky and Hammers having a battle going on to the start finish line. Again, I do wonder if this was tactical from Funky to let Hammers past and then use the DRS. They are side by side, and Hammers makes the move. ASC now picking up the fastest lap on the fresh softs, but jumping back to the front, we are less than a second now between the two. Bring up the penalties. Both have 8 seconds at the front. So at the moment, Infamous is actually winning the race. So we'll keep an eye on Infamous, because he is clean of penalties. The two in front with an 8-second gap. If he can keep himself within, say, 8 seconds of the leader, Infamous will win. There we are, Alexander now right on the back of Jens. Looks like Jens might have taken a little bit too much out of his tyres in the early days and be struggling a bit on them now. Whereas Alexander seems to be getting quicker and quicker. Obviously as the fuel load comes down, but he seems very comfortable on those tyres at the moment. 15 lap old mediums. 4 laps to go. I think this could be a titanic battle. I say if Jens can keep within the second, he will have the DRS, which just makes it so much easier. When you can go for the move, or you can literally just save the RS and draw along, so you know, sort of travel behind your opponent. But I think he's so Alexander back in the lead, now pulling out half a second, see if he can pull that on Jens Hoffer just enough to get the DRS, but I don't think he will. Jens is keeping it, obviously DRS along here. If he can get it down to about 0.4, he will have a chance. I think he might just be a bit too far away from Alexander to go for the overtake, but obviously with DRS, ERS, he can close right back up again. So Alexander keeping the lead. But Jens very close. We've got ASC is closing down on Funky now, and just missing Relay Luca and Hammers exchanging positions. Who has the DRS? Relay does. No, Relay doesn't. It still manages to stay with so ASC back up into 8th place. Funky picking up another 3-second time penalty. Back up at the front, looks like Infamous is just dropping out of contention for the lead now. Fastest lap, Finn would have won 30.861 in the McLaren. A little bit of joy for the McLaren today. Currently in 12th, and Charlie retired, first retirement of the day. So it's a shame he had a decent amount of pace in qualifying. But yeah, Infamous, I say 7.4 behind Jens. If he can just stay within that 8 seconds, he will pick himself up second place. But either way, currently sitting on the podium and comfortably 7 seconds ahead of 4th place Grabari. But Alexander seems to have this sorted now. He's got himself past Jens, picked up 8 seconds worth of penalties along the way, but the same as that Jens has. So it was an out-and-out battle for the lead, and Alexander seems to be on top of it. Nearly a second and a half clear of Jens, so he's broken that DRS. But Jens still in danger of losing second place. In fact, if anything, I think Infamous is closing the gap ever so slightly. So yeah, Alexander 1.9. Looks like Jens is more than happy to settle for second, but I say he's got to look. He's going to get a podium. He'll be looking at 3rd place. Finn picking up another penalty there. So Alexander comes onto the start-finish line to start his final lap of the race. And 2.5 seconds clear now, and Infamous has closed in on Jens Hoffer. So Infamous looking like a second place, which will be very good for him. Obviously made a decision to go on to the softs with 13 laps to go. It seems to have paid off for him. Alexander coming round now into sector 2. Half a lap to go to win the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And I have to say, he has driven extremely well today, so he's very quick in qualifying. Been consistent in the race. He's led for the vast majority of it, himself and Jens. Having a good battle, exchanging positions. But Alexander looks like he is going to come out on top, despite having 8 seconds worth of penalties. But as I say, we could see that 5 seconds of that could well be disputed, but it depends on what it was for. So Alexander comes across to win the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix round 3 for Division 6 in the Delta T Racing League. In second place is Jens Hoffer, but I think he is going to lose that to Infamous. Does indeed. Infamous taking second place, only 1 second behind a potential win. So great call by Infamous there to put the softs on. With Grabari crosses the line in 4th, will he stay there? We will see what the penalties come up as. I think being 9 seconds clear of Hammers, unless he had a massive penalty, I think he will keep that. He does so far. Hammers crosses the line in 5th place in the Red Bull. In 6th place, Relay Luca. Looks so promising for him early on. But still coming home with 6th place, so brings points home. ASC coming home in 7th. Again, for him, it looks so much better. Dark Norbert in 8th. In 9th is Double. 11th will be BV Baldi, who unfortunately drops out the points. Was running in the points for so long, but he's just happy to finish. Look at that. And last but not least, to cross the line will be Finn in the McLaren. But a fantastic race. I say some good battling there between Alexander and Jens in the early days. With ASC up there as well. It did look like we were going to have a 3-way battle after that last safety car, but ASC dropped away, obviously having a bit of an incident, pitting for the softs and deciding to go for the lap times. Alexander getting himself past Jens and then just pulling away. But many congratulations to the podium. So another good race around Saudi Arabia. We've seen some pretty good races with the divisions this week. Actually, it was we didn't quite know what to expect, whether it was going to be a crash fest, safety car fest, or whether it was going to be good racing. But it's been good racing, so we'll look forward to coming back here again. So rundown of the final results. Alexander taking the race win in second place, Infamous. Third is Jens Hoffer. Fourth, Grabari. Fifth, Hammers. Sixth, Relay Luca. Seventh, ASC. Eighth, Funky Z. Ninth, Dark Norbert. 10th, Double. 11th, BV Baldi. And 12th, and the last of the finishers, was Finn. Then had the retirements of Benjius, Jalapeno, Bellamy and Charlie. Fastest lap of the day goes to Finn with a 1:30.861, but obviously finishing in 12th position will not get the extra point for that. Well, that has been Division 6 Delta T Racing Round 3 at Saudi Arabia. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. There was some very good racing there. Thank you, gents, for putting a good show on. Obviously, not everybody's going to walk away happy with certain incidents and accidents that happened. But congratulations to Alexander for the win. That's it for this week's racing on Delta T Racing. We will be back on Monday evening with Formula 2. And then we are Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday we'll be back with our Divisions 1 to Division 6 at the Bahrain Grand Prix. So thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've been Nellboy.